The Kindle Paperwhite is not your ordinary e-reader. After a few weeks using this device, I learned why Kindles dominate the industry. In this Kindle Paperwhite review, I'll share what I liked and didn't like about this reading tablet so you can decide if it's worth it for you. From a design perspective, the Kindle Paperwhite has a sleek and minimalist look that makes it easy to focus on reading. At 6.9 inches by 4.9 inches, it has a similar form factor to a birthday card, for example, and at only a third of an inch thick, it's refreshingly thin compared to holding a physical book. This Kindle is made of a smooth plastic material that unfortunately tends to show fingerprints quite a bit. However, they aren't that noticeable on the black surface. Considering it weighs less than half a pound or 205 grams, it's enjoyable to hold while reading. For example, I'm currently reading the book Babel by Rebecca Kuang, and it weighs nearly 4 times as much as the Kindle. And yes, I bought both versions of the book. It's a great read so far. That said, due to the Paperwhite's compactness, you have to hold it a certain way so it doesn't slide out of your hand. Sometimes I get tired of holding it like this after a while and either lean it on a pillow or hold it with a pop socket, which I'd recommend. There's a single button on the device next to the charging port that wakes up the Kindle and puts it to sleep. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, it also restarts the e-reader. Overall, I really like the sleek and simple design. I would have appreciated a slightly more ergonomic shape so there are better ways to hold it for long reading sessions, although like I mentioned, a pop socket can easily fix this issue. Now, let's talk about the screen. An e-reader's display will either make or break the device. Fortunately, the Paperwhite's is excellent. At 300 pixels per inch, the screen is crystal clear and creates an uncanny resemblance to real paper. Even content like comic books and magazines on the Kindle look surprisingly good. In full sunlight, there's no glare whatsoever when viewed face on, and only a minor glare when viewed from the side. And at nighttime, the backlit screen creates a comfortable reading experience in the dark. While the screen's warmth setting, or yellow hue essentially, is adjustable, I don't find myself utilizing that functionality often. In my experience, the touchscreen works great and makes it easy to navigate the device. Despite the screen's impressive quality, keep in mind there are ads on the lock screen. Although we have the choice to remove them for $20, I didn't realize these ads would exist in the first place. If we buy a new phone or laptop, for example, it's not expected to see ads floating across the lock screen every day. Overall, though, the screen itself is quite good and creates an enjoyable reading experience. Were it not for the lock screen ads, it would have been a 10 out of 10 in the screen category. With the screen out of the way, let's dive into what really matters. The reading experience. After reading several weeks on this device, reading on the Kindle Paperwhite is an absolute joy. Not only can you customize virtually every aspect of the page from font size to margin size, but when using a Kindle, there's additional reading tools that elevate the experience beyond what a physical book can do. For example, if you don't know a word's meaning, you can press on it for a few seconds and the definition appears. You can also highlight and add notes as you read, which can then be easily exported and brought to a meeting or study session. As mentioned, there are countless ways to customize the page text. In many cases, the font size in physical books is too small, which forces us to either strain our eyes or avoid the book altogether. Kindle eliminates this issue. When reading, turning pages is as easy as tapping the right or left side of the screen. If you want to access the reading menu, simply click the top of the screen. To change brightness settings, swipe down from the top. And lastly, to jump between chapters, all you do is click the bottom of the screen. That's it. The reading gestures are that simple. In terms of downloading books, there are multiple methods, including local libraries, which you can borrow from using the Libby app, Kindle Unlimited, a $10 per month subscription service that provides access to millions of book titles, Prime Reading, which grants access to thousands of free books for Amazon Prime members, and EPUB Books. This is a free repository of books, most of which are available through Creative Commons. If you thought that was it, Kindle Paperwhite has a few more features up its sleeve. all of which center around improving the reading experience even more. First is the Amazon book ecosystem. It's no secret Amazon is the largest book supplier in the United States. As such, your Kindle device will never have a book shortage problem. Not only is the digital downloading process seamless, but there are multiple routes to download digital books, either on Amazon or on your Kindle device itself. In addition, Kindle devices have access to services like Kindle Unlimited, Audible, and Prime Reading, all of which further expand your book options. I've used Kindle Unlimited for a little while myself and continue to be impressed with the books included in this service. In fact, as of recording, 68 out of the top 100 best-selling Kindle books are currently Kindle Unlimited eligible. Kindle Unlimited is analogous to a Netflix or Hulu of books. Rather than owning the content, you pay a subscription to rent as much as you want. So no matter your book buying preferences, the Amazon ecosystem has you covered. On the Paperwhite, you can also listen to audiobooks with Bluetooth headphones. I tested this feature using AirPods and it worked great. If you download an audiobook, you'll see the option to start playing it using the lower menu. Although this is an interesting feature, I'm not sure how often I'll personally listen to audiobooks on my Kindle versus the Kindle app on my phone. That said, I'm sure there's people out there who will get more value from this feature than I will. The Kindle Paperwhite is also IPX8 waterproof, which means it can be submerged 2 meters in fresh water for up to 60 minutes and 1/4 meter in salt water for up to 3 minutes. Even if you don't typically read near water, an accidental spill can happen unexpectedly, so it's helpful to have this safeguard in place. When testing the waterproof capabilities, I noticed that if water gets on the screen and sits there for a while, its weight can actually register as taps on the screen, which is why you see the Kindle jumping between pages when wet. After wiping off the water though, the issue goes away. Realistically, you probably wouldn't allow water to sit on the screen for very long anyway, because it obscures the text. For that reason, I don't consider this a problem. According to Amazon, the Paperwhite's battery can last multiple weeks. But how long does it actually last? Based on my test results, the Paperwhite's battery lasts approximately 33.5 hours. This means if you read an hour a day on average, the battery would last over a month. During the test, my brightness was around 7%, warmth was at 0%, Wi-Fi was turned on, and I listened to an audiobook briefly. In a world where most devices barely last a few days, it's refreshing to have a tablet that can go weeks without being recharged. Overall, the Kindle Paperwhite is a fantastic e-reader. My favorite features are the lightweight form factor, the helpful reading gestures like Instant Dictionary, and the multi-week battery. Although the lock screen ads are a little frustrating, there's plenty of advantages that offset this annoyance. Plus, we do have the option to remove them for $20 as well. While I'll never get rid of physical books entirely, you can't ignore the conveniences of digital books and the modern reading experience the Kindle Paperwhite offers. Let me know in the comments section below if you would ever stop reading physical books completely and fully switch to digital. Thanks for watching and see y'all next time.